Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Between Two Hats with the king himself, the GOAT, the greatest, the one and only, the man with the beautiful beard that plays Santa Claus during Christmas, Phil Burton, the king,
Ho, 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 baby.
and Patrick Osmond. What's going on, you dirty hoe?
Man, I miss you, brother. So before we just started recording, we were chatting and catching up. It's been a minute for him and I on like our daily catch ups. And man, I just miss you. It's exciting to do this recording with you today because I know that we have actual stuff to catch up on, which is kind of fun. So for our listeners, this is going to be more of a little bromance of us just seeing how we're doing and what's happening in our lives. But that's important, man, because, you know, a lot of the energy that I'm able to put out, I get re-energized by people like you in my life. And when I'm not around you and I'm not talking to you, I'm like a flower. I start to wilt and I just get crawl into my shell and I get really shy and introverted. So I need you to bring me out, release the beast.
It's funny. It's funny because I've never in my life of knowing you for the past 2 years seen you shine introverted because I am the energy giver to you. So I've never seen you.
That's it.
You know what I
You're
mean?
my battery. I plug right in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's funny. I was having this chat with a guy today, this guy in a locker room, which is always weird. You know, two guys that just got out of, whatever they were doing and they're standing there in the locker room. And I'm not the walk around with no clothes on guy. I just think that's the weirdest thing in the world. I don't know why dudes do it. This other guy, is, and was standing there completely naked, having this full on conversation with me. And I'm just like, I don't know how to do this, but it's great because I was loving the conversation. And, he's like hands on his hips,
He's just
stretching a little
standing
bit
there
as he's telling me about, I feel the same way. And I'm like, buddy, I just don't even know what to do with this. But the content was so good because he and I, we see each other in yoga, right? And I go through cycles like you and I were chatting about. I have energy flow, and sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down. I always try to like be positive and look on the bright side of things and choose happy. That's really how I'm wired up. But there's just days where I can only give you what I got, right? And
Of
so
course.
chatting with him today about yoga and what it gives to us and that energy transfer that we get in that room from everyone around us is pretty incredible. And so was the crux of our conversation of how important it is to have that in our lives. And you are that for me. And I've got other folks like you that when I'm around you and I'm jiving and we're hustling, man, my output is just 10 times what it normally is. And so I live for that. And it really is the reason I do what I do, because I get to meet and become friends with people like you and so many others.
Bro, energy is real. We all constantly vibrate frequency, right?
That's it.
So
Yes.
you need that. There's some people where I love them as people, but bro, I can't be around them. Like you got to cap it like 15, 20 minutes tops. Like I swear to God, on my life, on my son's life, I've fallen asleep in front of someone before.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they're just shit. Like my eyes are closed. Like, bro, it's just
There,
not happening.
there's a term
Like you
for
got to
it.
be on one with me.
There's a term for it. They're called energy vampires, right? They don't mean to be. Some of them do, but they're people that suck the energy out of you instead of give it back. And I have, over the years, last 10, 15 years, maybe 10 years of really getting clarity on this, I just push those people away. I don't tell them, the Phil Burton of the past would have to have some big kerfuffle, some big meeting. Hey, the way you show up doesn't work for me, and I'm going to do this. And,
Hmm.
some big announcement like I'm the man and I'm some important guy. I just quiet close or quiet quit, whatever the term is now. I just gravitate away from you. And
You
it's
are a
not
true
your
brother
fault.
person.
Like you, who you are and your energy might work for others. It's just not what my vibe is. And so I've been really fortunate in my life today that just about everybody that's in my life that I consider a friend, if I'm going to call you a friend, you're in that circle of energy. And hopefully I'm giving back more than I'm taking, but I'm certainly getting from you what I need to show up and smile every day. And it drives me. And it's so wonderful when you can just connect like you and I do, by the way, without having to talk about it. There's no big, I think you and I went a couple weeks recently, maybe not that long, maybe a week without talking, which is unusual because we talk a couple times a day. And the minute we picked up the phone or minute we connected, it was as if we just left each other at the airport or something.
You know what I want to do with you?
I know what you want to do, but I won't let
I,
you. I've told you so many
I,
times.
it's not gay unless you push back. It's not gay unless you push
Oh my
back.
God.
Right? Listen to me. What I want to do with you is I want to just delete your number and then block my number from your phone. And then I just vanish from your life. Right? And then in 2 years from now, I want to plan with your family, with Liz
Like we
and
just pop
Kiara,
pop
that
in.
you guys go on a trip to Europe or something, and I know what pub you're gonna be at like 8 p.m. in like two
I
years,
love it.
and I randomly show up, and then I bump into you and I
Like,
spill my
hey,
beer on you,
you Assyrian bastard. Yeah.
like I'm here, bitch.
Yeah. Am I when that happens, will I have to kiss that fancy pinky ring I see you wearing today? Look at that. So,
Yeah, you can guess that. That was off the craps table. I won it off the craps table.
oh my God. Tell me what is the story with that? Because it actually, I like it. I know with you, there's meaning behind just about everything you do, and it's tied to your family or your faith or your culture.
Okay, this one is tied to my ego. Okay,
That's
I'll be just so
amazing.
straight. So I bought this ring once. I was with Phil Yee, okay, in Vegas. Okay, we had a meeting with a client, and then we had a fancy dinner that night. And then he said, "Let me run upstairs to get changed." I said, "All right, I'll just wait down here for you." So I played some slots, and I won like 2 grand. So then I was like, "I'm pulling out," and I got a rule in Vegas: if you win, pull out your winnings, minimum 1,500. Pull out your winnings and go and buy something
I like it. Yeah.
because
Walk away with something tangible.
yeah, because going home with money is okay. You're probably not going to happen though. It's Vegas. It's going to eat it up at some point,
You'll put it
and
right back on the
the
table.
house always wins. Exactly. So my threshold's $1,500. If we get to that number, we pull out. We go and spend it. So I got to 2 grand. I pulled out. I said I'm going to go. It was mine and Kiara's anniversary. Phil and I were celebrating it. So then I said I'm going to go and buy Kiara a set of earrings. And
Nice.
then Phil's like, "Hey, bro, it's your anniversary too. You should get yourself something." So I got myself this ring.
I love it.
But the ring that I got this ring, but I actually got it for this finger. Now, I don't know if you know, but I recently just lost 45 pounds.
Buddy, we're going to
And
get to
this
that
ring,
because, yes, that's coming up. I'm going to crack that egg.
yeah, so this ring wasn't fitting my finger anymore. So then I went back to the Versace store and I said, I need a smaller one. It wasn't fitting on the finger still, but it happened to sit perfectly on the pinky
Buddy,
finger. And my wife said, "You know what, dude? If anyone can pull off the pinky ring, it's you."
dude, it's
So I
you.
said, "You know what, dog? Let's do it." So
It,
I'm rocking the pinky ring. Doesn't come
but,
out every day.
buddy, it's fantastic. I love it. I
And
know.
you've helped me a lot as well over the past 2 years, right? In regards to me coming out and being authentic. And it's not that I've been fake. I haven't been fake.
No.
I just haven't um how would you say it? I
So,
haven't what?
yeah. So, and again, if I'm not going to misclarify this. I'm going to try not to because it's not that you're fake. You are who you are always.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the Pat that I met was was visually like how you were showing up, not how you were acting, because you've always been true to who you are. But I think you
Mm.
were trying to portray corporate Pat because you're growing
Yeah.
your business, you're approaching
Yeah.
the C-suite folks, and you're seeing these folks at the show. So you showed up in your Brooks Brothers blue, which isn't you, right? And
Mm.
then
Mm.
you and I met, and we started doing the podcast, and because immediately I saw who you were. That wasn't you. The fun, crazy, let it rip
The
guy
suit and tie guy.
yeah. I
Suit
mean,
and
you
tie guy
can
was
be.
on me, yeah.
You'll pull off a beautiful suit and tie. It just that look
Hmm.
that you had was very. It's almost like it was a cloak. It was a disguise or a costume of like, hey, this is conference
Hmm.
Pat, not going to do the crazy stuff. And then, man, you started letting it out because I think you saw that people genuinely gravitate towards you and who you are and your personality. And that's also what your business is about. It's an extension of you with the people you hire and who you are. And then, man, you just started
Mm.
coming out, and it was the
You know what,
funnest.
dude? You gotta understand something, right? I'm coming into this industry as a business owner back then, right?
Yep.
And I knew no one. Okay, so I'm not gonna come in with my fucking Under Armour hat on and my pinky ring, and they're gonna come and be like, "Who's this Arab fucking gangster?" Whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what is this guy doing? Who is this guy? Right?
You're Ali G.
So
Yeah. They
you're
are you Sasha Baron
exactly,
Cohen is what they were going to ask you.
exactly. So there's
Buka
sort
la
of, there's a
shaka.
line that you got to come in and just sort of set the record straight. Come in as the neutral guy. Read the room. I read the room. Got some accounts. I've got
Boo!
$150,000. I'm
Boo!
growing. That's it. Now, and listen, now that I got
Boo!
the doors and I've proved to the industry that our product and our service is great, then this is me, bitch. You know what I mean?
Surprise. It's
What's
like
going on?
Scooby Doo. No, man, I agree
Yeah.
with you. I understand. I
Mm.
also feel too that you could have done it this way too, and the outcome would have been the same because you're successful and your business is growing. I think you just my philosophy is you just be you from the beginning and show up how appropriately, right? You can't kick in the door and smack people in the face and do stuff that's just so over the top that it's not conducive to people gravitating towards you. But the personality of who you are, you can't hide it even behind a little suit coat and stuff. Now the Pat that shows up so passionately in those meetings that I knew you were doing and how you were growing your business, because you walked into that room and I've watched you make deals. You're a deal maker and you know how to communicate and you know how to push the agenda and they're win-win situations for people too. That's the other part of you that I really like is you create a win-win in the deals you're making. It's good for your company and it's good for the person on the other end. And but how you show up like this, man, I hope we always get this, Pat, because you're a killer, dude.
I appreciate you, bro. Thanks, man. I mean, that means a lot. The fact that you're saying that. Um, I look up to you, bro. I look up all the people that are in my circle that I communicate with on a daily basis. I look up to them, man. And the only reason why you guys are in my circle is because I get something from you guys. And it might sound selfish, and I don't give a
No,
fuck
I
if it
get
sounds
it.
selfish. I get something from you, bro. You know what I mean? I give you energy. You give me experience. You give me confidence. You help me get out of my shell. Here I am saying, I'm fucking Pat. I'm confident. I'm this, I'm that. And all of a sudden, 2 years later, I show up on the podcast with my hat backwards, right? For the
Right?
first time. But why did it take 2 years? Okay. Clearly, a part of me wasn't confident enough to say,
Yeah,
hey, listen,
that's it.
the market might
Absolutely.
judge me. Or, you know what I
Insecurity.
mean? So, exactly. Yeah. And that's the truth, bro. It's the truth.
But you also too,
So,
this is the part about you that I hope people will listen to and they see it and when they do business with you. You create your own future. You don't sit back and just, well, I hope this were like this podcast. You made this happen for us. You're the one that said, we're going to do this podcast. You got it set up. You found the right people. You got us the first guests. And you still are pretty integral in that as we get guests. Like you're always grinding. So you've created your opportunity to let yourself out of the box, right? Which is amazing. Most people just kind of
yeah.
sit back and rest on their laurels and don't always push, but you're always on it, man. And it's fun because you're authentic. I know, and I know the people that work with you and around you feel the same way. You give a shit. Like your company shows up in a way that you actually care what you're delivering. And
You have to.
you have to. I mean, I'm fortunate enough to work
You
with the
have to.
Property Masters folks to see that. I mean, I'm blown away
Hmm.
by how these guys show up every day, and I'm not doing this as a shameless pug. I mean, truly, they are the gold standard from what I've seen in the businesses I've worked for on how their people show up, and I think you're the same way. And when you have that, you can't help but be successful. It almost is.
Hmm.
You almost can't fuck it up, right?
Yeah. 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 I
Um,
agree.
I
I
got you
agree.
something. I want to give it to you now. I was going to just mail it to you, but I want you to see it first. So hold on. Close your eyes for a second, Pat. I couldn't resist getting this for you. Put it on. Hold on. Hope it fits you better than it fits me. Okay. Open up. It's a
Oh, shit. That's sick.
Mickey University
Oh, that's,
varsity jacket. Look at the back. Dude, isn't that
oh,
cool?
dude. Oh my God,
I
that's
know it's
absolutely amazing.
bad timing with the weather that it's hot now, but you can wear it next year. Isn't it? I knew you would love this. Isn't that
I
cool?
love that.
So yeah.
Bro, thank you
Yeah.
so much. So, let me tell you a quick funny story about that jacket.
Do you already have it?
No, and
Okay.
I'm so happy I don't. But when me and Kiara were broke and we were building out one of our companies, we were sleeping on the floor at the time in Dubai. It was my birthday and we had no money. She had no budget, to buy me gifts. She sewed me a Mickey Mouse varsity jacket.
What?
So she bought this random jacket and she sewed on. It looked very similar to that.
Buddy,
I
that's
need to
so
get a
cool.
photo for you, But yeah, when I get a photo, I'll definitely share it with you. But the fact that you got me that, bro, that's such a big deal, man.
Oh,
I
I love it.
appreciate that. And you know what? I'm always cold, bro. I'm always cold.
No,
So
well, it's because
yes,
you're losing
let's
all
do
that
it.
weight. Like you're wasting away. Let's take a bite of that apple, fella. Tell me what you're doing, because I noticed when you and I. Oh my God, that Hulk Hogan picture you put up. If people haven't seen it, go to his webpage, or sorry, to his LinkedIn, and find it there. The Hulkamania stuff that he did with his wife and his kiddo are off the charts. Talk about Pat really coming out. But I noticed in those pictures, like, you're looking stacked out a little bit and leaned out. So tell me what you're doing, dude.
Um, Honestly, a lot of things have taken place in my life, which is part of the reason why you and I haven't really communicated much. And it's not, like I said, it wasn't anything personal. It was just uh look, bro, I'm really big on God gives you a kid, by default, God will give you blessings. That's what I believe.
Me
No one
too.
says it's right. No one says it's wrong. I'm just letting you know what I believe. I believe in God. I'm a very big God
Me
guy.
too.
And I believe in my faith got me to where I am today. My faith. It was purely my faith, nothing else, right? Maybe a bit of my execution, but my faith is what allowed me to believe in my execution.
I love it.
Um, Ever since Zachariah came, I just think God's just delivered the goods, man. I can't tell you, but the company has grown 6 times. Kiara was 3 months pregnant. Zachariah comes out. Zachariah is 6 months old. The company, we've got another $50,000. Like, I
That's
can't explain
unbelievable.
to you what the fuck happened. Systems are better, technology is better. All the people in a company that needed to weed themselves out, weeded themselves out. Like, all the stars were lining up. And one day I was just like, I want to be in shape for when he is 4 or 5. I can go for runs with him. I can fight with
There you
him. We
go.
can jujitsu together. We can do all this stuff. And I said, I want to improve my life. So it started by quitting the vape.
I was going to
That was the
ask
first thing.
you. Yes.
It started with quitting the vape. 27th of November. It was 2 o'clock in the morning, and I hit my vape in bed. And I turned around Kiara. I said, "Hey," she's like, "What's up? What's up?" I said, "Wake up." She said, "What's up?" I said, "I just realized something." She said, "What is it?" I said, "By me smoking this thing, I'm picking me over him."
And you're going to, if you stayed doing it, you're going to show him that it's okay to do it.
That's another conversation.
Yeah.
So it was at that moment I threw my vape out. And I've been smoking since I was 14 years old. I'm 33 right now. Okay. And I threw my vape out, and that was it. I haven't vaped since then. I haven't vaped. I
Wow.
smoke
Cold
cigars,
turkey.
but I
That's
haven't vaped.
huge.
But and that was it. And whenever I felt the urge to vape, I grabbed Zachariah and I kissed him. That was my fix. Anyway, so then it was a vape. I'm like, all right, I'm not coughing in the mornings now. I don't have the respiratory experience. And then I said, you know what? Let's start losing some weight. So I started drinking some water. So I gone to the gym frequently, cut carbs, increase protein, and then I'm like seeing online. You know, when you start doing healthy shit, the health stuff starts advertising
Yeah,
itself
the
to you.
algorithms catch you.
The algorithms, and then we start learning about retatrutide. I'm like, brother, let me inject this thing in me. So I took a few hits of retatrutide, and bro, 7 weeks, 45 pounds gone. Right, I'm
Good.
here.
Buddy, you're looking as good as you've ever looked.
I'm dropping.
Yeah.
And we're still dropping.
And
So I have another
you're doing it
17
the
pounds to
healthy
go.
way too, with the mental part of it, the change. There's a lot of things that can help get you to that place, but you got yourself there out of just sheer will and love for your kid, which is super cool. That's a whole separate
Yeah.
conversation, but man, good for you. And you can just tell in your energy and your attentiveness, like your mental state, everything gets clearer.
Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate that. I love the fact that you can see it. Like, you've called me a few times over the past few weeks and we FaceTime.
Dude, I noticed
And then
immediately.
you comment on it. You're like, bro, I'm so happy for you. Like, you've said that line more to me in the last 6 weeks than you ever have.
Yep. Because I
You
could
know what I
just,
mean?
so our mutual friend now, Ken McElroy, this is something he taught me a long time ago. And I don't know where he read it. It's not his, I don't want to give him credit for it unless he deserves it, but I think maybe this is him. People are either ascending or descending. And when you start to ascend in your life, the choices you make, you start to create a vortex, a vibe around you that pulls other people your way that have that same energy and vibe, whether it's faith, God, just, energy, whatever you want to call it. You've been ascending for a while now. Your business growth is outside of that. Just you as a person with having a baby and your relationship with Kiara and how you're doing. So as you start to ascend, everything just starts to come along with it. You then get rid of the vape. You start taking care of yourself. You're energetic. You're showing up for yourself in a way that others go, God, I want what he's got. And so then you start attracting, you mentioned it earlier with your company, all of a sudden these people that weren't really fitting the culture are gone. You didn't have to fire them. They just kind of self-select out.
I didn't have to fire him. They just left. I'm like, woohoo!
You're creating that vibe, dude. Like people realize I just don't fit here anymore, whether it's in a friendship, relationship, because you put off that vibe that makes others go, oh, that I don't like, that's not me. And the ones that get it associate with it and start to attract to it. And you don't have to do anything. And you just keep doing it. And it's so cool to see it on you, because I'm going to just be pretty honest here. The vaping thing I absolutely love, because I think vaping is so bad. But I watched you grind on this business for the years that I've known you, pouring everything into it, but you were not taking care of yourself. And it worried me as your friend. And I'm like, oh man, he's got this next step is going to be the one for him. But I knew.
Why did you say something?
Well, because here's why. I was going to tell you. It's just like anything. If you're not ready for it, it's going to be more pressure or taken the wrong way. It's not my place to force you to go do something that I know you're going to get there anyways, because that's the key. I knew you were going to find it on your own, but I was so hopeful that it would be sooner than later. Because a lot of times too, with guys like you or anyone that's an entrepreneur, they pour everything into their business. They forget about themselves. And next thing you know, they have this massive business that's just creating cash. They're living that lifestyle, which is great. But along with that comes a lot of debauchery and, the food and the bad choices and all that. And then they just spiral down even worse. So then they're taking less care of themselves because they have more access to all the, the things that require self-control to not do. And it's a downward spiral. I've watched you and I saw it pretty quick. Like, you're going to do the opposite. Pat coming out of his shell. The business starts to grow. You start to take care of yourself. You're making better choices with that. And then all of a sudden that starts to multiply. And that's where we're at. Like, and you've just scratched the surface, in my opinion, of whatever this next iteration of what Pat's going to be, because you really are focused on you. And I say it like this too. That sounds narcissistic or selfish. It's not. You can't take care of you. You can't help others if you're not taking care of yourself. Right. So, and I forget where this quote is from. I talk to Liz about it all the time. I can't be the best version for you if I'm not taking care of me. So I have to start with myself, and then I can help you. So it starts with me to be there for you. I think that's what you're doing.
I appreciate that. There was a moment, and maybe if I can find the photo. I don't like looking for photos while I'm on a podcast.
No, it's weird. Yeah, I do the same because I was like, I want to get that quote
off.
Exactly right, because I just muffed it a little bit. I got the gist, but I'm like,
if
I try to look down and type here, you'll lose me for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And we both got the same. We both got the problem that you're wearing on your shirt. So
yeah,
all right.
Isn't that great?
There was a photo of me, you, and Bobby. Okay, and it was the day that Ron DeSantis spoke in NRHC.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And okay, so you were on the left or right, and Bobby was in the middle, I believe, and then I was on the other side. So Bobby was between two hats. Anyway, Kiara said, "Hey, you're the thickest in that photo."
Oof.
She said, "That doesn't suit you. That's not the CEO that we want."
No,
and that was
shit.
a fucking word for word, bro. Word for word, she dropped the bomb like that. And I'm so happy she said that, because it's shit like that sticks, right?
Oh,
that's why I married the woman.
The people we care the most about telling us what we need to hear.
You know what I mean? So she called it, and then that danced, right? That danced in my mind for quite some time.
Good for her.
And then
for
there was
having
another photo that came.
The courage and the trust to say it too.
She's not doing her job if she doesn't say that.
Yeah. Buddy,
she's not doing her job.
That's amazing. I know that picture. I remember. I have to go find it now to see how fat you really were, because you were a fat little fuck, weren't you?
Yeah,
Just
you
kidding.
fucking. You,
No,
what's a kid?
you wore it well. I mean, I didn't want to pick on you or anything. No, I mean, here's the
You
thing.
fat little kid,
Yeah,
fucking Augustus
you
Glump.
fat little bastard. No, you wore it well, but it wasn't you. Like it's just that shedding the layers of the bullshit, and because you're an
Yeah,
active, fun, you have that vibrant smile, that energy. Like you show up as you look like you should be somebody with money, in shape, cruising around in private jets that owns yachts. I mean, that's who you are because that's your vibe. You
yeah.
have that energy. You've lived in Dubai. You've done all these things. And it's like the last step was getting your health right, which I love. I want to share something with you too, because I don't know if I've talked about it on this podcast before. Maybe I've never shared this with you, because what you just said about Kiara telling you look the thickest in that photo. The reason I quit drinking was because of something Liz said to me. And for people that know me, know that like I didn't have a problem with alcohol. I wasn't an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic where it's ruined my life or anything. I just drank, enjoyed alcohol, probably made some bad choices like everyone who drinks, because that's part of alcohol. It's not a good thing for you, but I was not blowing up my family, losing kids or businesses over it. It just wasn't healthy. However, at the time, and especially as we're talking about coming up to NARPM and some of these other shows, we got SFR East coming up for us. When you go to these shows and you're entertaining clients, there's a feeling on our side as vendors that you always got to be on, and you do. You're entertaining, you want to be enjoyable and exciting for folks. And for me, it was tequila that helped lube that up so I could always be on for a 3 or 4 day show. So at the end of those 3 or 4 days, you're up in the morning, you're at the show walking around, you're attending breakouts, you're speaking, you grab a lunch, you have a couple tequilas. After lunch, you guys meet for a meeting. Maybe there's a tequila there, and then you end up for a happy hour where you're entertaining people, and there's 10 tequilas there, and then you go to dinner and there's 10 more tequilas. Then you guys are out, singing karaoke, whatever. Maybe there's more tequilas there, and then you get back to the room at 2 and you have to be up at 8, and you got 25 tequilas on board, right? You're a mess, and it sucks for your body, but you do that rinse and repeat because you get trained as a trade show athlete to be able to do that. And you come home and you're a wreck for 2 days or a day. You need a day to decompress, right? Because you can't just land after the flight and be ready to go because you're hungover, all the stuff that happens with that. And that was
You gotta
my
recover.
MO for 20 years, right, of doing this shit. And Liz, 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years ago this May 18th, I believe, I was getting ready for SFR East, and she goes, "Hey, when you get back, we want to go up to the cabin, me, you, and Rue, and just do a little family time and spend a couple days together up there." And I looked at her. I remember I'm standing in the kitchen, and I go, "Hey, babe, when I get back from that show, I'm going to be a wreck. I'm going to need a couple days to like chill out and, going up to the cabin and all that." I made this big kerfuffle of it, and she looks at me, she goes, "Oh, that's so nice. You're going to be too hungover after your work trip to hang out with your family." And I went, "Oh." When she said it, I think my reaction was like, "You don't get it. Like, you don't know what I have to do." Like, oh my God. But it stuck with me, brother. And I left, went and did whatever I was doing that day. And that reel played in my head. And I think I was leaving in a couple days. I can't remember when the show was pretty quick. Flying on that damn airplane, sitting there. I'm like, "Buddy, if you're ever going to do this, this is the time to do it." And I landed, and that was the last drink. I didn't have a drink. So my quit at SFR East on Sunday. We flew in Sunday early. We all ended up finding at a restaurant together. There's tequila's waiting for me because everybody's waiting for me. And they just kept handing them to me. And I just held on to that first tequila that entire night, moved it around, handed it off to other people. If someone would
Did you
hand me
sip
tequila.
it?
Didn't say anything, just didn't drink it. And that was number
Did you? You didn't drink it?
Not one, not even a sip. Day one was that night, beginning of SFR East.
Was it hard?
You know what's so funny? No. It was so easy, Pat, because I made, just like you with vaping, I just said enough's enough. Like, I don't need it. And
So you realize that by taking a sip, you're choosing the drink over the family?
yep,
You realize that?
because I knew if I had
Yeah.
one, I'd talk myself into two and like, "Oh, it'll be fine. Just drink tonight." All the stuff. We're human
Yeah.
beings. We're broken. And I'm not that strong.
Mm.
Like, and I enjoy it. Like, for me, there's no like I could have a drink right now and not drink again for 2 years. I'm not going to start drinking just because I had a drink, because I don't have that.
Oh,
part
by
of
the way,
it.
I have vaped a lot.
Yeah,
Like I've vaped probably 6 times in the past maybe 5 months.
yeah,
But I do it just to see how shit it is.
yeah. I don't.
Does that make
I don't
sense?
even. For me, there's zero allure to having a drink. So it's interesting when you said, "Is it hard?" Absolutely not. I do believe that the alcohol industry has created this mystique around it that it is harder to quit drinking than it really is. Um, so people are afraid to try it and like, I don't know if I'm strong enough because they want to keep you doing it. Like obviously that's how the business works.
Of
And
course.
and for folks that are alcoholics that are going through programs, you know, for them to not have the drink is the work. But once they have the drink, all bets are off because their chemistry and everything, you know, they're screwed.
Exactly.
But for me, it was that like somebody in my life outside saying, dude, you don't see what we see. Just wise up. And I'll tell you, the support from everyone in my life is unbelievable. I get nothing but support. No one's like, oh, you got to have a drink tonight. Here, have one. Just, that's stupid. They're amazing. I get more people come up to me now in my inner circle and folks that I meet that find out, oh, you're not drinking. Like, man, I've been thinking about that. Like, what's it really like? Is it really that great? And I'm like, man, if I could tap you on the forehead and just make you feel what I feel every day, waking up knowing that I don't need it, it's unbelievable. I don't miss it at all. I will never drink again. I can tell you that right now. And I don't know that there's anything in my life that I could say that strongly
Would you
about.
seriously not have a bourbon with me? Seriously?
No. I mean, well, time out.
Really?
If you said, hey, brother, I'm dying and I got 2 days to live and I want to sit and enjoy a
That's
scotch
not
with
going to
you.
happen. That's not going to
Yeah,
happen.
no,
That's not going to
but
happen.
if it was like,
But I'll tell you what is going to happen. Let me just give you a realistic situation. Okay? A realistic situation is one of us done good.
yeah,
One of us. And we're sitting down and there's a cigar situation. I know you don't smoke cigars,
I
right?
will
But
though.
there's
No,
a
I
cigar
do. I do when I
situation,
want to.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. But there's a cigar situation, and then I turn around and I say, hey, you know what, Phil, brother? I want to enjoy this moment. And for me, enjoying this moment means having a sip of a specific drink, like a Johnny Walker Blue
Oh yeah,
and a
I
and a
would have that. I
cigar.
would sip a
And
drink
you
with
know
you.
what? I want you to come and have this drink with me.
Yes.
Would you not have that drink?
No, I would sit down with you and I'd have that sip. I probably wouldn't drink a whole drink.
Okay.
But again,
That's okay.
here's
That's
the
okay.
thing. If I wanted to, I would. I just don't want to.
Yeah.
It's not I'm not missing. That's the
Amazing.
part that I love about this for me is I'm not choosing to not do something I really want to do because I'm so strong
Yeah.
and amazing. I realize I
Yeah.
don't even want it or need it at all.
That's the best.
And
That's the
but
best.
so to your point, I will share this with you. I was celebrating a really important birthday with a friend of mine who just turned 50, and he's been a friend for 25 years. And there was like 3 or 4 couples. Liz, my wife, doesn't drink at all. She's got coming up on 3 years, which is incredible. And there was a few other folks at the event that didn't drink. So there's like this group, whatever. So there's 20 of us at dinner, and the shots come out to cheers for his birthday. And the waiter just handed me a shot, and I kind of looked at Liz. And I'm like,
This was the Vegas
yeah,
event, right?
and I kind of
The
looked at
Vegas
Liz
event,
and I go, and because I want to do a shot from to your point with my buddy on his 50th. It's a one and done. And I looked at her, I go, am I going to have to start back at day one if I drink half the shot? She goes, oh my God, no, like do it. And I looked at John and I raised the glass like I did to you. I said, brother, there's for very few people am I going to do this. You're the one. Cheers. Happy 50th. And I did it. And you should have seen the table though, because people are like, wait, what just happened? Philip just did it. And it was like half a shot or whatever. So then the rest of the night, my buddy Adam and I were effing with people. He's like, God, have you seen Phil? I think he's out giving hand jobs in the parking lot to people because he's drinking again. It's like, no, it's fine. So yeah, man, to me, it's layers. You said it earlier, pulling off layers of stuff that we just don't need to be the best versions of who we are.
yeah. I agree, bro. I agree 100%. And
Yeah,
I love it.
it's
I love
fun.
the fact that you can come clean about that. That's
Oh, hell
amazing.
yeah. And I would be honest.
You know what's funny? You attract what you want. So, for example, the closest people to me right now, all right, I've got the 2 Phils and I've got 2 other players, right, close to me. No one drinks. I don't drink. Okay, I drink
I've seen you drink very little. Yeah.
maybe 4 bourbons, 5 bourbons a year, maybe. These 4 people close to me, no one drinks. No one. It's not so our relationship doesn't consist of any alcohol at all. If anything, I'm the worst out of all 4 of you guys.
Right.
If anything, you know what I mean?
You want to get the stogie in the drink and I get that piece. There's something about the ritual or celebratory side of having a drink to celebrate something that I do get. If I said I was going to miss anything, it would be that like, hey, kompai, like we're drinking to something really great. But I do it with my drink, which is club soda, 2 shots of bitters and an orange wedge. I get the same same feeling. I think that's really cool, Pat, because I think people that are able to access that part of them, and this is not a knock on people that drink. Like I have some of my best friends and people in life who drink alcohol. It is what it is. It's a choice. For me, I just have chosen to not drink it anymore. It really shows up in a way when you're around a bunch of people that have kind of made that decision of like, you don't need it to be the best version of you. And you realize this is something that's powerful for me. I go back and I look at how much time I wasted chasing alcohol. Meaning, let's say we're at an event. I'll tie this into work, right? I'm at a happy hour and I'm trying to talk to somebody and I'm holding on to my tequila and it's towards the end. And all I'm thinking about is, man, I need to get another drink because I got to talk to some people and I better get a drink. So then I go stand in line. I remove myself from what I'm doing probably to talk to people, even though there was people in line. But then I'm standing in line and I'm trying to figure out, oh, they don't have my tequila that I drink because I drink really nice tequila. They got some, cheap crap Jose Cuervo there. God, I have to choke that down. Now I'm worried about that. I was spending so much time chasing down alcohol that I was missing out on real connections and conversations with people. And now I don't do it. I can stand in a room in a group of people and never have to leave for anything. Because I wear a diaper when I do the shows, so I can just pee while I'm talking to people too, because I'm so committed. No, you know what I mean?
It's a decent point. It's a decent point that you've made just there. How you detach yourself from the situation just to go and get a drink.
Yeah.
And getting a drink is not like fucking a 1 minute thing. It's a fucking
No,
12
especially
minute
at
thing.
these events, dude, when we're at Bottled
It's
Blonde or
horrible.
renting out places and, they got one bartender for 600 people and you're standing there for 22 minutes just to get a drink that you don't want because it's not the one you wanted anyways. And then you're getting drinks for other people, which is nice, but you forgot a drink or they've moved on. And it's just the time suck that comes from chasing that down. I'm so thankful for that. That's what I've noticed in trips too with Liz. And when we go on vacation, I don't care where the bar is. I don't even worry about it. We're just so present in our moment.
Yeah. Yeah. That's extremely important. I appreciate that. I think the people that have to depend on anything, including vaping, cigarettes, tobacco, marijuana, drugs, alcohol, the fact that you have to depend on something means that you're missing something,
Yeah.
right? And that something
You're
actually,
filling a
believe it or
void,
not, is
dude.
already, it's the thing you're missing is already inside you, dude. You just got to go spend some time with yourself and find it.
Yep.
Which leads me on to my next conversation. I believe that the world needs to start spending time being bored. Okay,
Love that.
whenever we back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, whenever we used to go and take a shit, we used to read a physical magazine, we used to read the paper,
Or do
or we used to just
nothing. Yeah, do nothing.
lean on our fucking chin and just and sit and think. And now I believe the only times we can actually think is probably when we're in the shower because our phones are not in there. Outside of that, like the average human is just being so bombarded and consumed by so much technological noise on the phones, their jobs, their work, their commitments. And it's just like, bro,
It's creating
like
stress. It's creating anxiety.
people are afraid to be bored again, right? You've got to be willing to be bored again. We've got to get your brain going. We've got to get your creativity back. We've got to, at the moment, we're just consumed
Stimulate.
every second bro, it's like, man, I can't tell you. We're like fucking Nazi police officers at the house with Zachariah and the TV. Like,
Good for you.
the second Zachariah starts hyperfixating, like, I turn it off straight away.
Yep.
It's switched off.
We've done the
But
same with
that,
Rue. Rue has an iPad that she does creative stuff on it, draws, creates videos like for the art that she's into. She watches some stuff, but it's mostly music. She's really into music and singing. So it's very creatively driven, but she's not on it maybe 30 minutes a day, if even. And she'll go days without ever touching it. We've told her she's not going to have a phone until she's 16. She will not have a cell phone that has any kind of social media. She might have one of those phones that just dials our number and 911, but she will not have an iPhone, let's put it that way, till she's 16. Until she's old enough
I agree with
to
that.
realize what choices she's making and how damaging it is with that connection. And man, I'll tell you, I love what you're saying too, because I don't know that it's being bored. It's connecting with yourself. When you don't have that other stimuli, if I said that right, you have to find it inside you, whether you're thinking your thoughts and thinking about your business or your personal life or just working on yourself. You know where I find it? Hot yoga. That has been my thing.
So when you're in hot yoga, what do you switch off the planet?
Dude, there's no phones. You can't wear your shoes in there. Like it's a very ritualistic kind of. It's like a dojo. Like getting on the mat in, Muay Thai or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You are following some protocols, and there's an energy transfer that happens in that room that's incredible. Going back to our earlier
Hmm.
conversation, but you cannot stay in that room at 105 degrees with 65% humidity, and then the infrared in our case at our gym beating on you for an hour unless you get inside yourself and start focusing on your breathing, your thinking, and how you're moving through your postures, but it's all in you. And so for the first 5-10 minutes, your brain's still spinning, right? You're thinking, oh God, what do I have to do after this? I got a call, I got this, or tonight I got to make dinner, or, whatever. I got to get back and put Rue to bed if it's a late class. And so you're that first 5-10 minutes, you haven't let go. And then all of a sudden, bam, the heat is beating on you. Your brain's going, man, I better dial into this or I'm not going to be able to stay in here for another 55 minutes. And you just
Hmm.
connect, and then the world goes quiet. And it's you in a mirror focused on your breathing, your posture, your thinking. And what's super cool for me, obviously I've become very, not addicted to it, but I've become very entrenched in it because it does so much for me mentally. I love two things that have come out of yoga for me. Yoga doesn't start till Shavasana. For what that means for people who don't do yoga is you work out really hard for 55 minutes. You're doing all your poses, you're breathing, you're pushing through it. It's a ass kicker. And then that last 5 minutes, you lay completely still. It's called corpse pose. You lay completely still and quiet for 5 minutes with just yourself and your thoughts. That is yoga. You do all the first 55 minutes to get to that 5 minutes because that's where all the healing and the impact comes from. In that 5 minutes of sitting there lifeless and motionless just with yourself. It is so powerful. And a lot of people leave early because they're like, their brain's going and I got to go do this. I got to do that. I'm not going to stay for this 5-minute rest. Man, I stay just for that. That is what gets me through the rest of my day.
How frequent do you do hot yoga?
I do it every day. I go every night, literally every night. When I'm on the road, I'll try to find it if I can, if it works with our schedule. Obviously we can't. So I try to go every day that I'm in town. I'm fortunate with the place that I go. They have classes that start at 5:30. They have a 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, so I can work it around dinner. Rue, Liz, they're super cool because they know how important it is to me. So they allow me to go do it. There's classes in the afternoon. If I know I'm going to be having a client dinner or something, I'll go take an afternoon class if I can. Obviously, it doesn't work out with work schedule and calls. It's not as easy to move that in there. But I just had Kelly here in town, who's my boss, CEO of my company, and we went and did hot yoga together. We knocked out a
That's
class,
awesome.
and it was so freaking cool for us to connect over that and share that time together. So for me, it's as often as I can. And the other piece I'll share out of this, and that is so powerful too, is one of the first people I got connected to in hot yoga was 20 years ago when I first started doing it. And she owned the studio, and her mantra, they talk a lot to you during your poses, and they share thoughts and motivational things and all the yoga stuff. She would always say, just remember, you can only do your best, never your most. And I'm like, God, that doesn't make sense. I can do my most. I can outmost you. And then
No, you
as I
can't.
started listening more, I was like, oh my God. And the way I frame that for people that maybe it's not clicking is some days getting out of bed might be your most. Some people just waking up and answering that phone call is the most they can give that day, but the best. And they did it. And if they try to push even more and give this extra effort and, I'm going to outmost someone, they beat themselves up and they end up failing that day. So just focused on just give your best every day. And that's all you can really do. And sometimes your best is unbelievable and you're crushing it compared to, 99% of the rest of the world. But sometimes your
Mm.
best is literally getting up, taking a shower and just getting in the fight.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. The best and most. See, I've got the personality and the mentality that no matter how good I do what I do, I can always do better, and I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck what anyone
you're a
says.
most guy. You're a grinder.
Yeah,
But that'll take you down over
you can
time.
always. Uh, I made it this far.
But look at the
You
choices
got more life
look at the
experience than
choices you're
me.
making
You
now
got
though for your health.
what?
You're choosing, okay, a most guy like you've been
Yeah,
wouldn't say, well, I
yeah.
can't take time out of grinding phone calls or talking to clients to take care of my health.
Because it wasn't a priority to me.
Thank you. So now it's a
I didn't give a
priority.
fuck about it. But because I have a purpose for it, which is Zachariah. So pre Zachariah, I was like, if I die tomorrow, it is what it is. Now Zachariah comes, like, all right, hold on one second, just pull back. I've got money, I've got a business, we're eating food, we have a roof. Awesome. Now, how can I make this life for this guy productive and valuable by being a figurehead? Cool. I'm a fat motherfucker. I got to drop this fat.
Yep.
That was it.
I
You know
love
what I
it.
mean?
And so on days that you're training, you can't always be the guy that lifts the most weight or, loses 15 pounds a day, whatever the things
I
are. You
agree.
just
You have some
show
great
up
workouts, have some shit
and do your
workouts. I agree.
best. And over
Yeah.
time, you will get what you want. And that doesn't work with my personality either, dude. I need it
Yeah.
now. I want to win right now. And
Me too.
it's
Kills me.
taken me
Kills me.
15 years to figure this out of doing this yoga thing and kind of working out and, trying this. And I've got on the same journey you have. I started probably a year ago on eating healthy, tracking my protein. Obviously the not drinking helps a lot because I have that layer of self-control that's there when we're at these dinners with clients and I'm not, I don't need to eat 2 steaks and a 22-pound lobster. I have bites of
Bro,
things.
you barely eat. You
I know
barely
because I
eat.
don't need.
Till today, I've never seen you eat a meal, like a full meal.
I
Bro,
know.
we go to some random steakhouse in Nashville, and then Phil goes and gets the fucking $200 fucking, I don't know what it is. What was it? Some ribeye. It
The
was a
tomahawk. Yeah,
ribeye,
he's
the
ordering
aged, the
tomahawks.
dry
Tomahawk.
aged tomahawk. I'm like, it's got fucking crazy. Why is it? And he gets it, and he barely licks the bone.
For me, because what's interesting is I'm not, and again, this is the alcohol thing too. I'm not drinking alcohol and missing it. Same thing with how I eat now. I'm eating when I eat till I'm full. And it's amazing how little food we need. Good food. The processed food makes us hungry, makes us addicted. But, I'm a Maha guy. I mean, everything they're doing with the food pyramid and all the processed food they're getting rid of, it's killing us. And it's been engineered to make us addicted to it. So eating clean protein, eating healthy vegetables, you only need a little bit and I eat it and I'm full. And I'm not like looking at that, whatever thing over there is going, God, I need to eat half of that or I want to eat half of that. I just, my brain and my body are aligned finally of you don't need it. You're full. It's
You
wild.
know what's interesting? That was interesting. And I think, consumerism has just pushed us as consumers to just maximize our consumption on whatever it is that it is. Like, for example, now I want to eat till I'm full, right?
Beyond that, I
The
want to
Japanese,
eat till I can't move is what a lot of people do.
yeah, yeah, it's fucking, that's a sickness, I think. That's fucking horrible. But anyway, do you know what hara hachibu is?
Say that again.
Hara hachibu.
I feel like you
Have
and
you heard
I've
of it?
talked
Okay.
about this, but go ahead.
So Harahachibu, I'm reading this live, by the way, on chat. Harahachibu is it literally translated to a stomach 8 parts full, which means eat until you're 80% full. And it's a mantra and a belief that the Japanese believe in. So when Japanese eat food, they never eat till they're full. They eat till they're 80% full. And they leave that 20% for them to get up and resume their day.
Oh, I
Because
love
you know how
that.
you just said, right? Because when you eat 80% of what your capacity is, there's still room for more, but you don't feel sluggish. You don't want to go to sleep. You don't want to, all that bullshit, right? The Japanese that they believe in eating slowly, paying attention to fullness cues. Stop before you feel full, and you should feel satisfied but not heavy.
Yeah.
And that's the 80%
Well,
mark.
isn't that funny though?
That's
And it's all in us. It's in our brains. Our brain already knows that. Our brains are
hmm
not wired up to feed our gut. We eat
hmm
till we're satisfied for what our body needs to move as a machine, and then we
hmm
move on. Obviously, scarcity mentality pops into it if people are afraid they're not going to have a meal or they're not going to eat again. You eat everything you can, but that's not our reality for 98% of the people in the world, for our world
hmm
anyway. Um, and so, yeah, I love that. Harry, what is it called? Say it again.
Hari Hachibu.
Yeah, I love that because I think without knowing what
Hari
that was,
Hachibu.
that's how I am. If I have my couple bites. Now, if I really am enjoying something, I will continue because I'm getting value and rewarding myself and enjoying it. But I also know that I'm not eating. I mean, buddy, we'd order what is it, a 16-ounce ribeye for myself,
Mm,
side of a
mm,
loaded back baked potato. We'd get some creamed spinach, at these steakhouses, and I would eat all of that. I mean, that's this much food, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
then I'd wonder why, and then it'd be sucking down 22 tequilas, and I'd wonder why in the morning I felt like shit. Like, gosh,
Yeah.
I wonder
Uh,
why I'm not popping out of the bed at 6:30 like I am now. I'm actually up at 5:45, 6 o'clock without an alarm clock because I'm
yeah. That's
excited to
awesome.
get on the day, and I'm
Yeah.
not waking up missing or trying to refill something that I missed. I'm starting the day fresh and new because I'm excited for what it's going to bring me because I'm not thinking about what I did yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. I love that. On that note, I found the photos that I want to share with Planet Earth on from us at WrestleMania. I'm actually going to WWE SmackDown tonight,
It's so great.
and this is the
Look
second
at you.
time
Look
from
at
this
how happy
podcast. I
you are.
remember that. So let me just show everyone what trouble the family got up to in Vegas.
Oh, buddy.
So there's me and Zachariah
Look at
at
you.
our first WrestleMania together.
That is unbelievable.
Is that crazy, bro?
Look at
Is that
you.
crazy? Yeah, I know. I know. So there's Zachy. He's got his ear protection in
Wow,
there,
he's so
and
happy.
right, and he's killing up there with Daddy, which is pretty cool. And then we've got Mummy.
What's up,
Mummy got
brother?
involved as well. Let me open this up real
Oh,
quick.
that's
Okay.
that one. So that's one of them that when I saw that too, I said, dude, you're getting buffed out. Look at those guns on you.
Oh, the guns are
Look
coming
at
out.
you.
Yeah. So Mummy dressed up as well, which was pretty cool.
She's looking so good.
We showed up. We had so many people stop us for photos. So many people. And then
Oh, hi, Stacy
there's
Lusader.
Phil and Stacy.
Oh my gosh. That's a good
That
one.
wasn't when you guys missed us, right?
Yeah,
In
Nashville.
Nashville.
I think that's Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Um, but yeah, so we had a blast as a family, and we done it. We done it
Dude, I
properly.
love that.
So
Like, that's so cool too that you guys you've always been good at that. You and Kiara sharing time together while on the road, working your business, but just doing things that are fun, that are family, and making that connection, dressing up. You know how many people go to that show, and it's not a knock on them that just go and enjoy it. Good for them. You show up and you made it an event for your family.
yeah, yeah, we did it. We did the extra thing. Why not? Why not?
Dude, and when you start
Why
feeling
not?
good about yourself, which you are, and you're starting to like, it makes it more fun to do that. Liz and I were just talking about this because we went through our closet this last weekend and got rid of a bunch of stuff. And she's like, it's like I'm shopping again, trying on stuff that I'm excited to wear. And I go, I know I used to go through my closet and it would depress me because I wanted to wear that and I haven't been able to wear that for 10 years, that thing or whatever, that
Yeah,
cool shirt, whatever thing I got. Now it's like, oh yeah, I can wear all that. It's just a different
yeah.
mentality when you're taking care of yourself and just showing up for yourself, brother. I guess that's the thread of this whole podcast today is show up for yourself
Showing up
because
for yourself.
you can't be there for others until you're taking care of yourself. And I know people think that's selfish. It's not.
And if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for someone you
Yeah,
love.
that's it. Yeah, well, maybe that was the quote.
You
I
know
got
what
to
I mean?
find the exact quote. It's like the best thing you can do for me is take care of you. That's what it is. The best thing you can do
Yeah,
for
okay.
me, if I'm talking to Liz, is take care of yourself
Yeah.
first because that's going to
Mm,
give me the
mm.
most value out of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're,
No, I appreciate that.
we're pretty blessed,
That
brother.
makes
It's
total
fun we get to
sense.
do this together. And I get to see you at NARPM in like 3
So
days.
when you arriving, bro?
I get in Monday afternoon sometime.
Cool. I got an event that I'm going to go to that night that you're coming with me.
Okay.
So don't have any plans.
Yeah, just let
All
me
right,
know.
buddy.
But man, I'm excited to, do our thing. I gotta, because of Brad, I'm going to give Brad on our team a shout out because New Orleans is his home where he's from. So he's super fired up about, I know the inside spots and we're going to do this and we're going to be playing jazz down here at this cemetery. And he's all fired up, right? And he got his Mardi Gras coat that we're going to wear for this speech that we got to give at NARPM. And I'm like,
Nice.
I'm in. I got my coat and we're set up. So we're going to be dressed up and really get into the Mardi Gras vibe. So
Let's do it.
I've never been
Let's
to New
do it.
Orleans. I'm excited.
You never been to New Orleans?
Yeah.
It's
My first trip to
oh,
New
I went there
Orleans
once.
in my brain, this is brilliant how I work. My first trip to New Orleans, I'm sober. I don't drink. So everyone's like, why are you going to New Orleans then?
That makes me sick. The fact that people think that
I
the
know.
drink is a part of the
Right? It's
fuck that.
It's wild.
Fuck that.
Hey, we
You
know
want to
what
go
they
there? You
don't.
want to have some fried chicken? You're gonna have some gumbo, right? You're gonna have some hot sauce.
That's it.
Listen to some great music. You're gonna close some deals,
That's it.
brother. Where the fuck's the alcohol?
Done
You know what I
and
mean?
done.
All right, friends. I'm gonna end this recording. I appreciate all the listeners, and I'm gonna have some one-on-one time with Phil before we wrap up on the day.
Peace.
God bless all the people listening to this podcast. Thank you so much. And hey, Phil and I really apologize that we haven't thrown up a video in a couple months' time. 100% my fault, not Phil's. I was moving houses and moving offices and growing the company, so I had to.
That guy.
I had to sort some shit out.
No,
But I appreciate
coming
you guys.
back strong.
Thanks for listening. We're coming back strong. Phil, close it up.
Hey, love to all the people out there that have supported us. We're here for you. We've got some exciting guests coming up. Just keep watching, baby.